Hello crafting friends and welcome back. I have another layout for Scraptember and today's prompt is to use a sketch. And so I am joining in late on the Monday Mix It Up Monday. There was a sketch for this hop created by Christine Harden. Here it is. And so I am going to be following along with that sketch that I didn't get a chance to play along with that hop on that Monday when it was supposed to be scheduled, which I think was on the 8th. But I liked the sketch so much that I saved it here and thought I would use it for this particular layout. So again, I am working in my Destin, Florida album from the trip that we took. And this is actually going to be the very last page of my album. Now, I'm still working on pages in the middle of the album, but I know this one is going to be the very last one. So I decided I was going to use this, I don't know what you want to call it, like basically imagery, that it's got a scene already set up for you. And so I decided I was going to use this paper for the three pieces that that you see within the sketch. Well, I cut them too big, so I did trim them down another, looks like a ½ inch, and that was perfect. And it actually worked out fine because you have that gap in the middle, and so it doesn't look like there was a huge bit of pieces missing from the image. And just like in the sketch, I did go ahead and use a corner rounder to round all of my corners. And as far as just having that roof, okay, so I have mentioned previously that, well, not previously, you won't see it until later, but you see me get really excited about that picture that I find when I'm digging through my scraps. Well, you will see on, let's see, what day is it? I think it might be on, oh my goodness, what day is it? Maybe you've already seen it. No, it's on day 23, where I say I do a magic trick and I lose a photo. Well, apparently it ended up in my cream colored scraps. So there, you saw me find the picture. So when you get to day 23, and I am talking about having a lost picture, yeah, this is where you're going to know that I already found it, so have no fear. Anyway, so I have pulled out some of my scraps here to use for that banner that goes across. And like I started to say, the roof of that tiki hut from the image of the papers, I wasn't too worried about it because here I knew I was going to have that strip going across, and really it just looks like a brown textured part of the paper. So to me, I wasn't too worried about it. I was more concerned about what was going to show on the top. So I've got the palm tree branches coming in from the left and the right of my image. And originally I was going to leave my picture square, but then I found this porthole. Now, we weren't on a ship, but I actually just liked the way that it looked. So I am going to end up putting my picture in that porthole there. And normally I don't leave in the process of me digging through all of my goodies and trying to figure out what I'm going to put where, but I had actually narrowed it down some already. And so now I'm just kind of auditioning where I think I might want everything to go on the page. And so here you're just kind of seeing my thought process, that there's that little cluster there at the top left of the layout. So there, I think I'm going to use those tags and maybe a wordy bit up there. I think I do end up putting a flower up there as well. And so here I've narrowed it down to the few bits and pieces that I think I might want to do, and I'm kind of now focusing on more what I'm definitely going to do. So let's see. And so now I'm kind of thinking about rub-ons, going through those to see if there's anything that I definitely do or do not want to use. So here I'm not going to show you what my journaling is, because it basically was a note written to my daughter. And so this was actually the one strip that I had left over from cutting up those three block pieces. And so I'm actually going to create a pocket that goes behind that third one, and you will be able to pull it out with that tab that says together, maybe? I don't know, it's yellow. And so you'll be able to, so it's hidden journaling, you'll be able to pull that out. She'll be able to read the journaling there, and still keep it private from everybody else. So I thought that was really kind of a cool way to use the paper that I had left over and not let it go to waste, and still have my journaling on the page and share that with my daughter here. So there, just using some tear tape, making sure I'm leaving enough space for the journaling tag to slide down in there. And now I'm going to get my T-square ruler out and start putting down each of my squares there. So just checking to make sure that everything is square, going both ways, and then the rest of it goes together a lot faster from there. Here on the third one, I do need to take the tear tape adhesive off, and so have everything there. There goes my journaling down into the pocket, and we are good to go. So now I'm going to start building the rest of it. So I do want to cut that off because I believe it was shorter in the sketch as well. Still getting the rounded corner treatment there to match the horizontal, no, vertical blocks going up and down. And so here I have this large floral, and I kind of sometimes struggle with these, and at this point I didn't really have any other pink on the layout, but for some reason I liked it on the layout. There were beautiful florals all over the resort that we stayed at that week, so it was pretty representative of what we saw around the resort, and it was just pretty. So I did go ahead and use that there. I did cut around some of the leaves so I could tuck it and get that porthole to just really nestle down into the floral pieces here. Now, probably this wavy piece within the paper within this collection has probably been one of the hardest ones that I've struggled to use. And so since there were the wavy images at the top of those blocks, that I thought just a small bit of the waves down here on this bit would be a good way to use up some of that paper there. So I did get some of that used up in my album here. And of course the chipboard I am using for my title. It says happiness comes in waves, and that pretty much sums up my relationship with my daughter, that we have definitely had our ups and downs, and we are definitely in an up time of our life, so we are enjoying it. And so the picture, I don't know if you can tell that we are actually walking back from the restaurant that was directly on the beach, and one of my sisters, well, actually Hope, had reached out to grab my hand while we were walking back to the condo, and one of my sisters that was walking behind us noticed and took a picture of us. So I am very thankful to the sister that captured that moment, and so I could document it, my thoughts and feelings, here within my scrapbook. So now I'm going to start working on this cluster here at the top. At first I struggled with it because my numbers on the tags are upside down, and I suppose they're, I don't know, it was made to be in a different way. So I do cover up one of the numbers, and the other one I just kind of embrace that it's going to be upside down, that it's fine. I was going more for the color anyway. And so, okay, I don't know about you, but I do struggle trying to use some of these loopy bows. I'm not a bow person, but so I guess I'm kind of channeling my inner Missy Whidden, who used to use a lot of thread and loop it around, and so that's kind of what I'm making it look like, that it's just wispy threads coming out from behind um, each of my clusters. So I think maybe I'm going to start trying to do that more with those loopy bows rather than using them as a true bow. So I don't know. Does anybody else struggle to use those particular um, pieces from their laser cuts? But I found a way, and so now hopefully I can find ways to use some of the other ones from my other collections. So, all right. I am cutting off some of the edges here, and then I think the last thing I'm going to add here is I think I add some, oh, I've got a few rub-ons that I'm going to add. And then something that I've been trying to do consistently through this album on the full 12 by 12 pages is to use gold splatter on the page. And so I do eventually come in with my, I believe on this one I used the Tim Holtz fossilized amber spritz. I think on some of the earlier pages I used a Nouveau gold spray. They look pretty much the same, so I'm not too worried that it was two different products, that I was just going for consistency on every page and to get some kind of splatter on there. So I have those rub-ons and those wispy little bow pieces. And here I think I'm done. Oh, and then here I am. I'm going to bring in my spritz. Do cover up my photo, and I do like it when I dip the end down in there and use something else to flick it rather than my finger, that the dots just seem to be smaller and more consistent. So anyway, here are the close-up shots coming up here soon. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave those down below. And there's a playlist down below for everybody playing along. I will try and have both of them listed, the Mix It Up Monday as well as the Scraptember. So if you're new here, thanks for stopping by, and if you wouldn't mind giving me a like and subscribe, I would love that too. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.